What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN USD. Hit that like button, subscribe, and thank you all for being here. It is the 14th day of February, and here we are sitting at about $0.00538. Looking at this on a monthly time frame because I don't know why, but here we are on a monthly time frame. We got about 14 days left in this month. From a low point to a high point here, we've gotten, oh no, I'm sorry. From this low point here to the high point there, we found support at the golden ratio. Hit the 382 comeback, and then this month alone, we have found direct support at that golden ratio as well, and we're having a nice recovery. I think it would be really good to close the month here or higher. It'd be nice to close it higher because we can get a green month. That would be better. That'd be preferred, of course. But closing here with a pretty big wick to the downside, that's not a problem either. That's something that I would definitely welcome with open arms. But I do assume we'll move up higher by the end of the month. Let's get into that. Let's talk about that. Okay, it's the 14th. We got about, what, 10 hours left in the day? Yeah. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get into it, okay? So here we are, looking at XCN on the Coinbase chart. And again, yesterday, before this really started to take shape, we were identifying how here, like whenever we were here, we were identifying how we're kind of slowly rounding this out. It's as if, like, if we pretended this was a monthly chart, you're like slowly rounding out. That's actually a very bullish setup, and it might send you higher. It looks like here you've got serious points of resistance going all the way through. We're getting ready to break out of that, guys. We're getting, and maybe that line shouldn't be there. Maybe it should. Maybe it should be up here. Maybe it's a little bit higher. But nonetheless, I think what we're seeing here is a stop. We're seeing support, and we're actually turning a corner here, and I think that we're going to move up. But time will tell. We'll see. Low to high. It's funny, too, because I'll talk like that. I'll be like, I think this is what we're going to do. I think this is what we're going to do. Maybe this. And people are like, you think, you feel. Like, why can't you just give me an answer? Okay, and then if I talk like this, we will do this. This will happen. There's no doubt it'll happen. I don't think, I know. If I talk like that, then I get those same people who say, you shouldn't say that you know things. These are predictions. Nobody knows the future. Don't pretend like you're God. It's like you can't please people, so let's upset everybody. I neither know what's going to happen. I think, I feel, and believe what's going to happen while also completely having the knowledge of knowing everything. There we go. low to high. I don't know how much sense that made, but low to high. I'm feeling frisky this morning. Low to high. Bounced right off the golden ratio. Now, this here, when we bounced off the golden ratio, we found resistance, we came back down. I was a little timid. It's not a position that you want to be. You don't want to find support of the golden ratio, reject this zone, and then come back down, especially twice. Especially 3 times or 4. But then it's like, hold on now. Why, if we've done this so many times, why aren't we going lower? Because this is a position you don't want to be in. The bear should have no problem moving this down. Why aren't we moving lower? Why are we turning the tide? Why are we breaking out of this downtrend? It's because we're bullish. It's because we're going to move up. It's because overall, technically, what we're doing is holding the golden ratio zone, and we're moving up. Getting above the 382, guys, let alone finding support on it like we did 4 hours ago, that gets me excited. That gets me excited, man. I'm feeling frisky here. I think we're about to move up. And again, the question here is how? How will OnyxCoin move up? Is it going to be slow and methodical? Are we going to move up at the same pace that we moved down and see this? And then maybe it's the end of, or the very beginning week of March and we're back at 1 cent? Or are we going to move at that famous pace that only OnyxCoin and XRP seem to know? When they move up, they move very fast, even in these small movements up. There's no casual grinding its way up like this. No, it moves up fast. You don't, this casual grinding stuff, this here, that might be the only example you'll ever see right there. Right there, just like that. And even there, for a moment, you had a day where you did just rip to the upside, and that actually was your highest price of this casual grinding to the upside. But I digress. We move at one pace to the upside, and so that's the question here. How's it going to look? I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that we do this, but even if it is a slow grind up, even if it is at a matched pace compared to what we had there, whatever, that's fine. Even if it's slower, up is good, but for OnyxCoin, up typically is not a long-lived experience. It's a very short-lived experience typically. So I'm curious to see. I'm giddy. I'm on the edge of my seat to see what comes out next, especially because of the Goliath mainnet. Whenever we get that news of the launch of that, and then after that, the week or two after that, we get the positive results or the negative feedback, whatever it is, to build from. it'll just be really interesting to see where OnyxCoin is. I would imagine that we do. This is the moment to buy the hype. And when Goliath mainnet comes out, I think the sell the news moment is going to be all the way up here, somewhere at 2 cents or higher. We really could go higher, guys. Maybe we're just below 2 cents, but something above this high. I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling it. 1 hour time frame here. I shouldn't say I'm feeling it. I know it. I know it for a fact. It's an undeniable fact, and you can't deny it. And if it doesn't happen and we dump, well, it was still a fact. It just, something else happened. I don't know how to make these people happy, man. 1 hour time frame. The RSI, it is bullish. I don't like that you're rejecting the overbought zone. I don't like that you're having a hard time getting overbought, but it is bullish. Stochastics are in a bullish territory, but technically bearish here. The MACD is bullish as well. Not a whole lot off the one. You're not going to get a whole lot off of sideways chop. You're not. It makes sense. 4 hour time frame, probably not either. But let's see. Maybe a little something. Definitely bullish on the RSI. Right? You've got this like higher high, higher low kind of trajectory here. You're above the 50, living above there. That's nice to see. Stochastics are definitely bullish. And then the MACD's bullish, you guys. The MACD's, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why the MACD's bullish. Okay, so here we went up to the zero line right there. The zero line, you see the oscillators, the orange and the blue lines. So you see how they do their little dance and they're moving around. The zero line here, when they break above that line, that's a really good moment. But the last two attempts here, they've rejected this 0 point coming down and rejected here. The only difference there is that when you rejected here, you made a move down. Whereas here, your rejection didn't really reject. Your rejection's not rejecting. And you actually formed some bullish divergence even. And now we're moving back up and we're about to cross. This is like a false rejection. A false rejection paired with a cross above the zero. That's like double bullish. Again, guys, we're on the forefront of something great. It's the weekend. I normally wouldn't call for this, but man, it's Saturday. Tomorrow, Sunday. Maybe we do over the weekend get a pump. Maybe we do. And then we carry that pump out next week. I don't know. Back into this 1 hour time frame. By the way, if we don't pump until next week, if it's the weekend and we're boring, we even pull back a little bit, fine. It's the weekend. Weird things happen. Not even weird things, just stagnant, boring price action happens. But remember, we do have a little tiny itty bitty gap down here. And again, I did say this all the way through that typically we fill these gaps, but this alone is not why we should be bearish, right? Here, yesterday we were talking about this here, and I was still flipping bullish. I was still leaning to the bullish effect, even though we have a gap here, right? The gaps themselves do have like a 99% fill rate. Like they're pretty successful on the 1 hour Coinbase chart. But that's not enough. There is that 1 in 100 times where it doesn't happen, and this might be it right here. And I really do like what we're doing. I think things look bullish here. But even if we do go down, even if we happen to forego this momentum and we come back down and fill that gap, whatever, we can rally from there as well. But I'm really starting to doubt at this point. I think that if we wanted to go lower, if we wanted to go below these lows, I think we would have done it already. So I'm starting to doubt at this point that we do that. Daily time frame here. RSI bouncing off the oversold zone. You're turning over a new leaf, it looks like. I don't know, man. Looks pretty good. Daily MACD is starting to cross green after forming some immense bullish divergence. You guys, it's like it's starting right now. It's like it's, again, I don't get bullish on the weekends. I'm normally asleep on the weekends because there's not a whole lot going on. But man, that stochastics, that MACD, dude, something fierce is brewing. Mark my words. Anybody not holding OnyxCoin is really going to hate themselves. And man, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I did not handle this bear market well with Bitcoin. I was fully in bull market mode all the way up until we were at about 75K, 74K since we took out that low, right? I think I first said we're in a bear market. We were at like 74 to 75K, somewhere in that range. I did not, and the bear market, looking back at it, started back here. I didn't say that we're in a bear market until here. I said we might go a little bit lower, but we're probably near our low. I'm not mega bearish now. That's not how it is. I'm actually, if anything, I'm bullish in this range. I'm not going to get into the semantics with the Bitcoin chart. All I'm trying to say is it's unfortunate here, but how convenient might it be that the two biggest positions I have personally, and probably a lot of my viewers, this might not be your two biggest positions, but I would assume you guys are at least portioned into this to some degree. How crazy ironic would it be that I got this completely wrong, and yet both of these coins are the only coins that are like doing well? That'd be really weird. That'd be really weird, really cool. Maybe they're not going to be the only coins that do well, but again, OnyxCoin, since November, since December, it's got higher lows. The average altcoin does not. Bitcoin Cash, since November, since December, it's actually above where those prices were. It's actually significantly above where those prices were, and nothing else is. So it's really interesting that the two cryptos that we've chosen to focus on the most, they seem to be the most, I don't know, exciting right now, at least from anything that I'm seeing. But maybe the altcoin market as a whole, maybe I'm not giving enough credit to the crypto space. There is this theory going around the space, and I believe it too. I would believe it even if I didn't hear it on YouTube. Like, I mean, I would conclude this in my own analysis just because of the charts. But we might see a little alt rally. That doesn't mean an alt season, but an altcoin rally over the next couple months. We probably do, maybe for 1 month. Maybe it's in April, maybe it's in March, but at some point in those months we probably do, and it could kick off in February. We do see a little alt season, and in that alt season, alt rally, whatever, I shouldn't say alt season, alt rally. Alt season's different; it's way better. An alt rally, though, I would say Bitcoin Cash and OnyxCoin stand to lead the charge for sure. People might not think of it like that. I just mean that XCN, Bitcoin Cash, are going to outperform everything. XCN here, getting back to work, man. Sorry. Painting pictures, telling stories. High to low, the expectation from here, when we do move higher, would be that we stop at least at 1.7 cents. 2 cents is a good target, maybe 2.5 cents. This is our target area. That's the expectation. Probably see that, I mean, we could see that by the end of February. It could be sometime in March that we see that. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Okay, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.